Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining my live. This is Betterment with Black Women with another video. I'm already assuming that you guys already know who the president is, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Donald Trump will be the next president, again, of the United States. So what does that mean for Black women or Black people? Well, I can say that what I can say is that our rights as citizens or human beings will be taken away because they want to get rid of DEI. If you guys don't know what DEI means, it's diversity, equality, and inclusion. He wants to get rid of that in schools and in jobs and stuff like that. So what that means is if the Supreme Court ruled in his favor to get rid of DEI, that means it's going to be hard to get in schools. It's going to be hard to get a job. We're going to face a lot of racial discrimination in this country. And as for Black women, not only if we have to deal with race, but we also have to deal with gender. Hi, Vellum. How are you? He's promoting tyranny. Yeah, he is. He is promoting tyranny. And if he gets rid of, I think he's going to get rid of, what should call it, like, epidural or something. I hope not, because if he gets rid of epidural, that will mean a disaster for women, period. Because I don't know what it's like to go through childbirth. I have to talk to my sister because she got a couple kids. But I do not want to go through that pain if I decide to have children one of these days. I'm telling you, the way women are treated in this country, especially Black women, because let me tell you, Black women are right, are like when it comes to us, it doesn't matter who's president or anything, our health issues are ignored 24/7. When we feel pain, it goes unnoticed because people think that we don't go through pain like every other one, which is not true. We are still human beings. We still go through the pain. We still go through childbirth and experience a lot of other disadvantages. And not only that, we're more times over to die from childbirth, which is the mortality rate for us is extremely high. And then you have so many states that got rid of Roe versus Wade. You know, putting these women at risk. I just don't understand it. A dictatorship, AB rights, yeah. Yeah, if you guys have not heard of 2020, Project 2025, uh, that's what Trump is planning to do. Because if you guys listen to how he's talking, getting rid of the Department of Education, getting rid of DEI, getting rid of illegal immigrants in this country, that's all in Project 2025 that he is talking about. He is trying to put that into his policy. And not only is that going to affect people of color and Black people, that's going to affect everybody because now he wants to imply turf into our economy again, and which is going to raise up prices for food and gas and clothes. Everything's going to go back up again. And it's going to be much worse because he's slapping tariffs on overseas product. So, yeah, real oppression. That's exactly what it is. It's a real oppression. And that's what he want. And not only that, this sounds ridiculous all the way around, and it's really got me upset that I heard this from her mouth. So, what I am hearing from Donald Trump is that he is planning to get to find schools that teach diversity and inclusion, and he's going to give it the money to towards white people, white people, and because he views it as this as being discrimination, and he views it as white people losing their rights or not getting the advantages like other minority is, which is not true. Diversity does not leave out a race or group. If anything, black people are often left out of these college institution, and when we are in these institutions, we often get bullied, we often get attacked. It is a lot of stuff that black people go through in this country that we don't even get justice from. And it doesn't matter who's the president of the United States. This been happening for decades, for centuries even, because of people trying to violate our right as human beings. If he doesn't like POC people, he doesn't like black either. Yeah, he doesn't like black. He really doesn't. But you guys have to understand the ones who voted for Trump, and I'm talking about mainly black people, 25%. No, excuse me, I got that wrong. 21% black men and 7% black women. Did you know when you vote, you took away your rights because you helped MAGA succeed in getting Donald Trump reelected? And now I'm just sitting here thinking like, okay, now what is the next step for black women at this point? So here's what I'm suggesting. So this is how black women can move forward from here. Since Donald Trump is now president again, and he and his soon to be Vice President JD Vance. Oh my God, that if you look at that dude evil, evil. Like I don't even have to listen to him talk. I can just look at him and he has the whole devil in him, just the whole devil. But anyways, here's how Black women can move forward from here. Number one, Black women move to another country that is Black women friendly or Black people friendly, period. So when you are considering permanently leaving the United States, and it could be for other reasons, don't have to be Donald Trump or whatever, but mostly let's say it's for Donald Trump, right? The most friendly place you can go to is Italy. Uh, I heard that Italy is Black people friendly. They may not be African friendly, like people that's from Nigeria, the Congo, uh, Ghana. They're not friendly towards them, but when they are friendly towards Black Americans because we are American. Okay? Of course, there's going to be racial discrimination everywhere you go, but that's probably going to outweigh the, the con, right? So basically, that's one of the countries you can go to. Greece is one of the countries that are Black people friendly. Forget the Middle East. That's not women friendly unless you go. I heard Dubai is getting better, but I wouldn't still wouldn't recommend Black women living there, especially if you're very liberal. It's not going to work. What else? Sweden, there's Ireland, there's Greenland, and there's a lot of places where black women have uh, went to that are very friendly. You guys have to understand, not everybody around the world is racist. Not everybody. Okay? So if you guys are looking for a second home to live, Canada is a very good place. I would highly recommend Black women to go to Canada. I heard that the healthcare you have to wait a while, but that's just the way it is. Everybody's looking for healthcare. That's just the way it is. You're gonna have to wait a while. I heard it's at least 3 months. That's what I heard. 3 months. But other than that, most countries around the world have free health, not free healthcare. Yeah, healthcare is free too. Healthcare is free, but also they have free childcare. So if you have a child, black woman, Canada has free childcare. Okay, you don't have to pay for nothing. All right, so yeah, Canada, yes, worth it. Yeah, in Canada, is like the same size as the United States, so it's perfect. You can just go up there, but you're probably going to have to sell, everything that you own because you can't take everything with you unless you're planning to drive wherever you're from, because not everybody lives near Canada. Like, there's some states that are near Canada, but like, yeah, that's like if that's going to be a long, long drive if you're not close or live near Canada. That's going to be far. Okay, so there you go. My second um, way to move forward is, and this one is going to be tough because if you're still planning to live in the United States, exercise your rights and fall back from campaigning from everybody else. And let me explain that. The reason why I say that is because when we go out and we advocate for everybody else, whether their rights were violated, we give them advice on how to look or whatever, that same return is not given to us. As black women, we don't not have a safe space in other communities like we give communities safe space. So there's a lot of women around the internet, black women specifically around the internet, saying that everybody has to hold their own nuts from now on because we're not advocating for you guys, right? And I cannot say I blame them. I really can't. And as black women, we are tired of being the fall guy in everything and putting ourselves in a position where people don't do the same for us. People don't advocate for us when we die from childbirth, when we get killed, or we get discriminated against or attacked. No one is there for us advocating except for black women. And that's why black women, they're going out of their way to the internet saying that. We are not advocating for anybody else but ourselves if a black woman is attacked. We are advocating for ourselves. And I just don't blame you. I don't blame black women at all for doing that. And three, number three is withstand yourself from sex. Because as you already know, this whole country is misogynist. You can tell by it because this whole state turned red. And We have white women that voted against their own interests. That's them. That's fine. If they choose to do that, that's them. But as black women, we voted for Kamala, right? So when people vote, they voted against your own interest. So that we don't need to advocate for people that vote against their own interest. Okay, so as black women, we're staying from sex. We restrain from, I don't care what race this guy is, do not entertain him at all because it's not worth it. It's not worth it the way majority of men voted for Trump. I am highly disappointed in that, and we ain't going to entertain them much longer. And oh yeah, me too. I'm planning to go abroad too. I'm planning to, because she's a minority. They hate her. Yeah, especially WW. Yes, they do. They do a lot. They hate to see a woman of color trying to be the president of the United States. They don't want that. That don't have nothing to do with her being a woman because if that was Hillary coming back and campaigning, they wouldn't have voted for her. You know what I mean? But it has nothing to do. Well, let me take that back. It could have a lot to do with being a woman, but it also has to do with her being a woman of color. So that's why they did not vote for her. So she had two things against her. And people don't even try to go on her website to read her policy at all. People like black people. I wouldn't say most. I would say some black people think that she was not going to give reparations to black people. But when I looked at her policies, reparations were in there. I saw reparations that she is planning to give people of color reparations. But people misconstrued what she said when she had an interview. I forgot what she had. It was probably some new class what she said, but what she said was that black people, um, she's going to give what's it called, credit or something to black people or something like that. But it's not just going to benefit black people. It's going to benefit everybody. And what she means is that if black people get money, it's going to help the economy. It's going to help everybody, right? Because black people, we're the number one spenders in this country alone. So if we're going to get reparations, what we're going to spend it on? We're going to spend it on Jordans. We're going to go out and have fun and do all types of stuff, which is going to benefit not just us but this country as well. So what she's saying is going to boost the economy. She did not never say that black people would never get reparations. That's not what she said. So people, they got it wrong. I have suggested as well. That's why I interact with WW that don't that didn't over WW. If you're mine, if you go up and mention things. Oh, okay, yeah. I'll send you the link. No problem. So this is for antebellum only. I'm only getting her up here because she asked me to, and I don't mind her being up here. I don't mind having guests because sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself sometimes, but it's always good to, talk to people. So, yeah. So you can come on up and we can explain what is going on here and how can we move forward as black women in 2025 because it's gonna get real close for Trump being in office, and I don't know why black people think that they're gonna get reparations from Trump. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. He did not say anything about giving black people reparations. Here she is. Girl,
Hey, hey, long time no hear.
I know, right?
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
on your mind?
yeah. So I just want to say this. When you are choosing to vote for someone that is against certain cultures, against certain groups, or what have you, he's going to spill that same hatred towards you. Okay, you can't just think that, oh, he's not talking about me. Well, eventually he will. The thing is, he's saying the things that you want to hear. You know, people in power, or people that are public figures, people that have some sort of authority, they're going to pander to people that um are raised in environments that doesn't have resources, that are in desperation for that. So of course he's going to say things like, oh, he's going to do this and whatever else that you feel is beneficial towards you, but you don't realize those things that he mentioned about other cultures, he's also going to talk about that towards you. You're not a special snowflake to him. You're not. And what he's doing what we basically allow, because we refuse to look at the fact that he has uh, committed so many heinous crimes towards women, black women. There has been allegations that he grapded a black woman and other races of women. You're talking about 34 uh, felons, and he has a few convictions and everything else. However, you think that because he's actually on your side, you think he is, that you're excluded from discrimination. And you have to understand that this here is a tactic that racists use, white supremacists that they use to divide and conquer. So what he's basically doing is he is practicing oppression again, re-oppression, that is. It's towards blacks, it's towards women, it's towards people of other cultures, it's towards social class, everything that you can name of. Okay, all of that under the umbrella of discrimination. So when y'all kiki and haha when he said all those things about people from the Caribbean or how they did this and everything like that, not understanding the people that are from the Caribbean, any group of people, they came here to have a better life. They don't come here to start no beef, to no trouble, no nothing. They mind their business, and then that is it. What he's basically doing is he wants a whole white nation, a whole white nation. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about your gender. He doesn't care about nothing. He has a whole other agenda. And he's just using cultures, or should I say, subcultures, to accomplish that, to get us prepared for that. You don't see that. Okay, he doesn't realize that the people that he actually discriminated against were the very group of people that helped the victims of World War II, the victims that were uh, that were that faced a genocide, that they came into other countries and they became allies. The very group of people that he discriminated against, the very group of people that also cooperated with those of other countries, such as Poland and everything else, just so that we can get freedom from this a horrible patriarchy system. We helped fought for those rights. We helped for those rights back in back in the 1800s. We fought for them. We helped other countries in Latin America to also have their rights. So all this misinformation, all this discrimination, all this disgusting ignorance, that is a telltale sign that he's going to do that to you. And also notice that he says, if you look like an immigrant, look. First of all, how does an immigrant look like? How does an immigrant doesn't have a look? They may stereotypically be viewed upon as, based on the media, you know, if they have a certain eyes or a certain phenotype or anything like that. But the thing is that we are not monolithic.
Right.
Because you have immigrants that are that they perceive to be, you know, of a Black descent, but they don't understand that you have immigrants that are actually Hispanic, but they're actually this ethnicity.
Right. That's doing Black people. They will mistake a light-skinned Black person for a Mexican.
Yes, they will do that. Or they will mistake someone who is Haitian that is Black, but they don't understand. You have white Haitians, you have Chinese Haitians, you have all those people. It's not a race.
Right.
It is not a race. So when you do that, you're also spewing misogyny. You're also spewing social class. You're also spewing all those other groups. Mm-hmm. That was just a warm up. That's a warm up.
Oh, yeah. Because you know, those Black people, they look like they're from Africa, right? But they were born here. They're actually Aborigine. They're going to mistake them as African. They're going to try to send them over the border without any proof of documents that they were born here and they have family that lived here for centuries. They're not going to care. They just want to make America white.
Exactly. They're trying to prep it to be a white America. That's what it is. So when they go on TikTok and then they started regurgitating these disgusting rhetoric upon immigrants, upon other groups of people, and they're and kikiing about that, you don't understand. He's doing it to you. So you can say that, oh, you can put up a sign and say, I'm not from this culture, I'm not from that culture, ha ha he he. But if he perceives you to look like you're someone of that other culture, your ass is getting deported. Your ass is getting deported. And it's all cute and dandy when they start regurgitating that type of disgusting nonsense upon people of color, upon people from other cultures. But when it happens to you, you want us to go on your side? You want to cry for you, Argentina? Is that what you want? No, it's all segregationism. That's what it is. It's a poem to segregate, to divide and conquer a group of people, you know. And so and these people, you have basically the MAGA rats. they're
MAGA rats.
They're a bunch of dusty MAGA rats, right? That you know, that want his acceptance so bad, that wants to support him so hard. But let me tell you this: the moment he starts saying something towards Black women, or the moment he has his group, now you want to feel a certain type of way. Mm-hmm. It's not even about politics. Screw it. It's not even about blue. It's not even about red. It ain't even about purple. It's about the green. That's what it is. It's all about the green. So he's capitalizing off of that. He's capitalizing the division and the discrimination, everything that he basically embodies to promote and his agenda, which is tyranny, which is a demagogue. That's what it is. He's promoting a horrible talking point to set us back. We fought for so many rights. Okay. Now, people can say whatever they want to say about Martin Luther King and everything, and they want to say that, oh, he only did this so he can get close to a white woman. But I will say this. If it wasn't for what his true agenda was for the civil rights, whatever it was, we wouldn't even have rights. We wouldn't be granted feminism. We wouldn't be granted equal rights with the EEOC and everything. Black women, we wouldn't have nothing if it wasn't for that. That was a breakthrough for Black women. For whatever his end goal was, it ended up turning out in his favor, regardless if it wasn't really for us, if it was only for him. But the fact that it the fact that it was made into an act, it allowed us opportunities that we otherwise would not.
He just got my vote.
Right. I want to show this.
I love.
Yeah, that was him. That was him complaining about, damn, I go hard for MAGA, this and that, and the third. And then he received a message and say that, listen, you're just only valid for a vote.
He's saying most MAGAs are not racist.
Some guy would say that.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. If they're racist towards Nazis, they're going to be racist towards you.
Pardon my face, I got my Noxzema on, but I'm disgusted by this video that I just
got
saw.
a lot of windows
this
open.
was from the night in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he go hard for MAGA, and then he got upset because a person told him, oh, your race, you're not, you shouldn't even be a part of us. You're just only there for a vote. They're only using you for a number. That's it. You're just a number to them. He's going back to the 3/5 compromise. If y'all know, back in history when they basically treated Blacks as subhuman, that's how they're treating him. And he's repping that MAGA right and that MAGA hat like it's not that it doesn't include him. It does include him. It's not fun. A person that is hatred towards Mexicans is going to be hatred towards you. A person that is hatred towards a certain gender, they're going to be hated. You're going to be hated against. There's no
look at
such.
this.
Look at me. No. Come on, face this way. Deep breath. Deep. No.
So, reportedly, a Black MAGA Trump supporter got shot in Florida.
Like that.
Exactly. They don't like them. They're just another number. That's what it is. You're just another number to them.
Yeah.
You think he's for you? No, he's not for you. So Black women, listen, like, honestly, if I was in a position right now, which I will be, but if I had the means right now, I would go to a country that actually loves me, that actually accepts that I am a woman, a Black woman of a culture. They accept those different aspects of me and not try to marginalize me or even try to discriminate me. That's the type of country that I want to, because we came into this country, we had our rights, and now he wants to revoke our rights. Okay. And this is something that Black women really need to really take into the consideration, because ask yourself this: do you want to live in a state of oppression in 2024, going on 25? Do you want to be in a dictatorship? Do you want to face discrimination? Do you want to face misogyny? Do you want to face classism? Do you want to be marginalized as a whole? I'm gonna need us to gain into introspection. I'm gonna need us to get educated. I'm gonna need us to really just see things for what it is, instead of trying to get acceptance from a misogynist and also a racist. He's not
Right.
for you.
Keep talking, Anti. I'll be back.
Yes. So please, like, all this discrimination and everything that you're doing, and you think that he is actually for you, honey, he's not. He's not. We need to stop trying to internalize the misogyny and discrimination and not do anything about it. We need to stop with this separatist mindset where we think that, oh, he's not talking about me. He's not, yeah, but you know what? His supporters in droves, and his policies, his disgusting policies, will be applied to you. Now you have so many pop-up channels that basically shows people who voted for him are now regretting it. Now regretting it. And guess who are regretting it? Women, white women, other groups of people, Hispanics, and other groups of people. I never cared about that man. I knew he wasn't really going to be about what he claimed to be. He was just saying these talking points to get a number. That's what it is. You have to understand, Black women, we only got we. And unfortunately, we're going to have to segment ourselves even more. We're going to have to exclude certain groups even more, because you have those that are male identified. It's not even about race.
You saw the result on that election night. You saw that result.
The result, you said?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because how could you not see it? You have to understand, it's like what other YouTubers are saying, that white women are in the best interest of themselves
Exactly.
and of their men.
Exactly.
So whatever their man believes is what they're going to vote for as well, because they go by what their man believes.
Exactly.
And it's not in every woman's case, but in this one, it definitely shows, because you see women at this rally, they go harder for Trump than any man that was over there at his rallies. They go hard for him, and these women actually believe that that he is for them when they're actually not.
Exactly.
He's taking away their rights to choose. He's going to allow rapists to control your body.
Mm-hmm.
And it practically sounds like there's no law and order here. So
yeah.
Basically, these women are like, okay, so this is what they're saying. They're saying that I'd rather lose my right than have another person of color, POC if you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
or Black person get ahead before me. Because if you think about it, Black women are the most educated group of women in this country and maybe the planet.
Yeah.
And you know, some of these white tea women, they don't like it when there's a group of women that can do better than them. So, this is why they vote against their own interests, because they do not want us to succeed anymore. They want to take away our right. as a woman, a black woman, and they want us to actually stay at the bottom. That's basically what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, what they're trying to do is they're trying to oppress us and basically make it turn back to um pre civil rights, or even pre civil war rather,
Right.
where yeah, where we're basically subhuman. And the thing is, by voting against your own interests, you do understand that Kamala is a prosecutor, right? You do know
Hmm.
that she has a stance against predators, against rapists, and things like that.
But
Now,
listen to this. Listen to this. Like black, and I hear black men saying that, oh, she locked up a lot of black men for no reason. They were innocent. I even had a friend that said that she trying to keep an innocent black man in jail, but if he's still in jail, he might not be that innocent if he had evidence against him.
exactly, exactly. They're just
But
saying that. Yeah, and they're basically saying that to make themselves look good. And they need to stop with this whole, oh, don't snitch and everything, like within the East Coast or within everything where they hold that code but what you're doing is you're protecting these predators. You're protecting these
right,
predators, and you're creating a traumatic environment for people, again oppressing women simply because we can't speak for ourselves. Okay. And the irony here is white women, they were the ones, they were against uh um not having bodily autonomy, where it's just like, oh, you're trying to control my, they were against his rhetoric for that. But then guess what, like you
hmm,
said, they still voted for his ass, and they did that to spite Kamala, because they didn't want a woman of color, that's a double whammy, to really be
hmm,
about us, to really protect us. And I just find
right.
that it's like, and what's crazy about it is that this group, I was listening to white women. I interact with them, interact with some of them, and even them, even some of the white women were upset at other white women that voted against their interest. You're talking about a whole rapist. You're talking about somebody that has 34 convictions, that also raped
Hmm.
black women, a few pending felonies, all of that. You're talking about that, and you think he's actually doing something for the country? Shame on you.
No, he's not, because I heard back in the 70s that he validated the he violated the Housing Act, keeping out black people from Trump Towers. And that's
Yeah,
why he wants to get rid of the DEI for that reason, because he hated, because they made him include everyone. It doesn't matter if they're black, white, Indian, Mexican, it doesn't matter. He got sued for it and he hated it. But I was like, that's what happens when you discriminate against people just based off the color of their skin and you don't have a reason for it.
that's what I'm saying. He has no reason for it. So when he came attack other cultures, they thought that they were excluded. They thought that they were above reproach. Oh, he's not talking about, he's talking about you, and he's talking about you right now. And he has his
Hmm.
minions up in black women's face attacking them. You're just
Right.
another number. You're just a statistic to him. You don't matter to him, because when it comes full force and he starts exercising his true agenda, his true tyrannical agenda, now you're going to be surprised. Now you want people to have your back. No, because you didn't have our backs. You didn't have, so now we have to,
No.
that's what I'm saying. We have to segment ourselves even more. It's like, damn, this culture or this group of people against this other group of people. It's a whole racial divide. That's what it is. All of that was we came here because we didn't want to face the everything that we were oppressed back home. We did not want that. Okay. We came in here, we grind, and then we end up becoming people of respectful positions. Like you have people of other cultures that are doctors, people of other cultures that are firefighters, people of other cultures that are police officers, people of other cultures that has respectable positions. So when you discriminate, you don't know who's going to save your life. You don't know who's going to defend you in the world of misogyny. You don't know that. It's the ignorance that's killing me. It's the ignorance that just makes me have no hope for humanity whatsoever. Because instead of looking at the bigger picture, you would rather basically regurgitate a disgusting talking point because you want to remain a certain political party that is not really serving you. Because when you think of conservative, honestly speaking, when you think of conservative, like now that I think about it, as opposed to back then, when I was, now that I'm left leaning, when you think about that, they're traditional. Conservatives are traditional. Therefore, they don't really step outside their bounds. They don't step outside what was preserved for them, what was in their culture. Okay? So, and I know this because when I go on TikTok, when I listen to TikTok, an actual true conservative, quote unquote, someone said, this is quotations, that, oh, you date other cultures, you're not going to heaven. and this not come from me. This is what I heard from a quote unquote true conservative. Okay, so there are things that I am conservative about, yes, but at this point, I'm thinking about my rights. I'm thinking about me being protected. I'm thinking about me being having equality, having the utmost respect. I'm thinking about those things. So I don't give a damn about a party. I don't care about blue, red, or purple or green or what. I'm thinking about my self-interest. That's what I'm thinking for. And for me, regardless of what they think that she's, or they either think she's black, they think she's not. No, I need a talking point that can convert into a law. I need a talking point that is going to convert into sustainable programs, or I need a talking point that is going to bring about a like prosperity, better health, and things like that. I need a talking point to do that. Because all these talking points and nothing came into fruition. And then when you have somebody that's there to do that, you decided to vote against your own interest because of whatever prideful reason, whatever selfish reason that you have behind that. But that selfish reason that you have is going to turn against you because you chose to not see the bigger picture. You chose to not understand that we are people at the end of the day. Black, white, green, yellow, red, and blue. But in this case, with Black women, me, myself, as a Black woman, that the world sees me as a Black woman, I have to like really be on my A game because I know it doesn't take me how many some odd years in this earth. It shouldn't take me, but it did, to realize that, yes, we face oppression in every way: discrimination, misogyny, social class, cultural, things of that nature. Everything that you can name of. It's beyond the isms, way beyond that. Okay? So if there is nothing to learn from here, we have to really think ahead. We need to think about the bigger picture. Stop trying to think that you're going to be this special snowflake out of this whole situation, because what he's doing to other groups, I promise you 10 times it's going to be spewed on to you, whether if it's right now or whether if it's in the coming years in Project 2025. Come on, y'all gotta wake up. Y'all gotta be speedy about it. Like, stop. Don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant. As for me, I'm going to have to go abroad. I'm going to have to move abroad. I planned on moving abroad anyway because Look at the way that Black women are still not getting their end of the stick. We're still earning 77 cents, what now? 89 cents to the male dollar, still unequal pay. We're still being discriminated against who we date. We're still being uh, silenced about the things that we deserve. We're still being silenced about our rights, protective rights. We're still going through that. And it's not going to change at all. It didn't change before. It would have changed if everybody was in accord. White women, if they were in accord, it would have changed. But they did not, because they decided to be male identified. Even if that man was against their own interests, they wasn't agreeing with him with the whole abortion thing. Not the abortion thing. They wasn't agreeing with him regarding their bodies. They didn't agree with him, but they still voted for him because because they will be damned. They will be damned if a Black woman was going to be in power. And other white women were disgusted by their behavior. They were. Let
me show you another TikTok. Black conservatives, quote unquote, getting attacked by MAGA.
Yeah.
Here, let me see, because this is no joke. Like, people think this is it. Trump is for them, and he's actually not.
Today, and the one thing that I want to talk about is the Black MAGA that got beat up at a Trump rally in Saginaw. Did y'all see that? Did you see that black man that got jumped on? So how does everyone feel about it? Because I'm going to tell you how I feel. I don't care nothing about it. He knew better than that. He knew better. We all are wise enough and have enough sense to know what the MAGA rhetoric is about. I think we can decipher that. This man was a Trump supporter for whatever reason, and do what you need to do. But if that's what you are, I don't know what caused the stir. They said that the two men that jumped on him were vendors, and something popped off at some point, and they beat him up. You see him all across the internet getting jumped on, kicked, all of this on the ground, and there was no one to save him. Let me tell you something. You go to places where you are accepted and where you should be comfortable. You can't tell me, as a Black person, even if I was a Trump supporter, I would not go to a rally. Those people do not like us. They are not like us. Cue Kendrick Lamar. I mean, this man is black. And you went to a rally, and then you get jumped on, and now you're going to be a victim. But let me tell you something. You black like this. You are a black man. You knew better than that. There was nobody that looked like you that could come in and save you. You know what that rhetoric is about, but you thought that you were in the proximity of your peers and people that were like you. At the end of the day, they do not like you. And
exactly.
There is nothing else. Like, this should be an eye opener to every Black Trump supporter. These people are savages. They do not like us. They do not like Black and brown people. They really
exactly.
They
don't.
But you are supporting this man, and I just can't wrap my head around it. So I'm waiting to see the news of this man. We'll call him Uncle Cecil. That's going to be on the news saying, I am no longer a MAGA supporter, and it took you getting your ass beat because you took your ass down there.
That's what it was.
And that was the turning point for you.
You
got to use a lot more common sense.
Exactly. We got to use a lot more common sense.
In dangerous times. And so for a Black man to go somewhere where there are not people that look like you there is very concerning to me. Whatever your political beliefs are, it just wouldn't be me. He should know better. He should have sense enough to know. But nope, he went out there, and guess what? He's going to be a victim. And I don't feel no ways tired about it. I'm sorry he got his ass whooped, but guess what? Your Black ass knew better.
Exactly. He should have known better. And there was a Black man who was a hardcore Trump supporter, and then he went into one of the news shows, and he was with the correspondent, and he was crying white supremacy. He was crying racism. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I was your ally, blah 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 blah, and they was practicing white supremacy, this and that. But your ass should have known better. You should have known better. You should have known better. He does
Right.
not like you, okay? It ain't about a gender thing. It ain't about your degeneracy or whatever. You're black. If you're a black woman, he ain't for your ass, okay? If you're a black woman,
Mhm.
not for you, okay? When a person uh, has hatred towards half of the gender, they're going to spew racism and all other forms of discrimination on the other half of the
Let
gender.
me tell you what happened to this black woman when the Proud Boys were like marching or something, and they attacked them. This was back in 2020. Look at this. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go back.
It's silent.
Hold on.
That was a
Let me
man, you
try again. I'm
disgusting piece
sorry.
of crap. This shit is just
Hold
disgusting to me, and
on.
it's making my pardon my face. I got my Noxzema on, but I'm disgusted by this video that I just saw. This was from the night in Washington, D.C. This young lady was trying to protect her wife, and a white supremacist Trump supporter decided to hit her. Knocked her out, really. But y'all not violent, though. Y'all out here hitting women. I bet y'all wouldn't have did that if that was a man, you disgusting pieces of crap. This shit is just disgusting to me, and it's making my stomach turn. The fact that you felt the need to put your hands on a woman makes you the lowliest creature to ever walk the earth. I hope they find you and arrest you and put your ass in jail. All of y'all who was out there, all of y'all are disgusting. But y'all not violent, though. Y'all don't do nothing, though. But you're out
Yeah,
there
yeah,
hitting on
uh-huh.
women and shit. Fucking pathetic ass trash.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they are. They're real trash. They're just
Yeah.
basically the
And
black.
what makes you think they're not going to do it again? Because
Right.
recently there was a white man, in a black woman's face, and thank
Yeah,
God he did not he did not attack her or put his hands on her. But still, like these are men. These mega men are cowards. They're no different than incels.
exactly. Exactly. They are. They're real because I tell you this, if it was an actual man, he would never. He would never. He would never. He did it to a woman, let alone a black woman, because he knows the the state of our of when it comes to us being protected. He knows that we don't have those rights. So he tried to bully that woman, but she stood her ground. But still, it just shows you that you're not exempt from misogynoir. You're not exempt
Right.
from that. You're not. You're not. So I'm just gonna need black women to just look, this is what it is, and it's gonna get worse from here on out. You're going to have to start planning ahead, and I highly suggest that if you have the means right now or you plan to have a means and have the strategy for it, think of moving abroad, think of moving to Canada, think of moving to France, things like that. Canada may be a safe it may be like a one of the safe steps because you still have English speakers. With other countries, I'm not saying that that they don't speak English, but Canada would be like one of the best bets. I would probably for me, I'm
Right.
thinking about either uh I'm thinking about either France, maybe Belgium, France, maybe the UK, because I freelance. So with the UK, they have they have programs where they actually support freelancers I guess I forgot what it is, but they have a lot of support here in the US. I hear that they're going to cut they're going to make it illegal for us to have side gigs and freelancing and things like that. So that's another thing that you have to really think about. So just think about the things that you have the right to do. It may be temporary. It may be temporary because we're going to end up going back to um to the pre-civil rights era.
They
19
already send out text messages to black people saying that you have to report to your nearest plantation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah. Yeah. They're sending it. Yeah, you can don't turn a blind eye to it. That's how they treat you. That's how they've always treated you, but they were silent about it. They've been silent about it because we had the laws to back us up, and we actually had people that seemingly protected us. But now it's like you're on your own right now, but you have to move stealthily and move strategically because it's going to get worse from here. And
Oh yeah, it is. It is definitely going to get worse from here.
mhm,
Because if they sending every black person that text message, now I haven't received a text message, and nobody in my family received a text message. But still, that's still pretty scary. And if they're bold enough to send that text message, wait for Trump to get in office. They're really gonna get emboldened because they're trying to get the illegal migrants out. And once they don't have nobody to pick the vegetables and the fruits in that field, they're gonna try to get us to do it.
oh yeah, they're
And it's
definitely going
not me. It's not me trying to fearmonger anybody. It's I'm trying to get people to
to
into
wake up.
reality, wake up. Yeah, because they want us back into slavery. They want to pay us 50 cents an hour to pick in the fields or something like that. And it just sick to my stomach.
Mhm. Yeah,
Hmm.
it really is sick to our stomachs because we're basically allowing them to revoke everything that we fought for.
Right.
Everything that protected us, that they were so silent about, they're going to be very brazen about their racism. They're going to be brazen about it. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's we really have to start thinking strategically because our freedom, our financial freedom, our freedom to pursue things in this country, it's going to be taken away, and they're going to use your race as a reason.
Hmm.
So the smartest thing to do when you step out, black women, when you step out, listen, um, have your ID out. Just always have your ID. Just in case, always have your ID because we're going to be targeted if we're not already the heaviest. We are targeted the heaviest just because. And this is a whole detriment, you know.
Didn't Malcolm X talked it back in the 60s saying that black women were the most unprotected group of women in America?
Mhm.
And you can see it play out in today's world
Yeah.
where if black woman was attacked, she and it wasn't her fault, she will get arrested or she will get unalived and nobody would care. Nobody would care.
Nobody cares. Yeah.
Right.
They didn't care what happened with Sandra Bland when she got hung. They
Or
didn't care. Yeah.
or they didn't care about that one girl that lives in St. Louisville or Louisville.
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't care about that. Black women, they were not being as supportive of their rights unlike they were with Joy Floyd.
Yeah,
And
I
this is
want
a
you guys to look at I want
Mhm.
you guys to look at this because I want you to realize what is coming. It's gonna get worse than this.
Oh yeah.
This is how
Okay. You saw that? Did you
Yeah.
hear what he said? He told her to do something. Now, if she wouldn't have done something to knock him out in the street, he would
She
have been
knows she would.
crying.
Exactly. And she probably would have
Yeah,
been to jail. She probably would have
exactly.
been
But
exactly.
he provoked her.
He
He like
provoked her. Mhm.
he wouldn't have provoked her, but thank gosh she like, she just stood in his face and then to back down, you know.
Yeah. This is what we're gonna face. And this is him. He concocted all of that. This is what Trump voters basically asked for. He concocted all that. And it's in your face. It's bold in your face. In your face. Like I'll do that and they're gonna get away with it because she's black. Because she's black.
Yeah, because if it was me, I would have knocked his hat off and stepped on it.
You don't want to
But
go to jail though. What if you end
yeah,
up going to that's what I'm saying.
yeah, hey, it will be worth it. Because
You'll gladly take that charge.
I gladly take that assault charge.
I'll pay the fine then. Shoot, like what?
Like,
$200? Hey, I got 200. You know what I'm saying?
because,
Oh, boy.
like, why would you want to provoke somebody like that? Like, get in their face and tell them to do something. Like, I'm glad
Because she's black.
somebody,
Mhm.
yeah, but I'm glad somebody actually filmed that because that's proof that he started it.
Yeah, these are the MAGAs. Yeah, these are what they basically voted. Yeah, all this
Yeah, they
racism.
voted for him. So the amazing Lucas is streaming live. He's actually having a disagreement live with the Trump supporters, but I don't think he's a good person to come up with an argument
Who?
because the amazing Lucas. Have you heard of him?
Nah, I haven't. I haven't.
Yeah, but I don't like. I don't know if he's trolling the Trump supporters, but he how can I say it? I think he's just trolling them and,
Hmm.
and stuff like that, but I don't think he's a good debater. I don't think he is.
I
And
watched
plus,
them.
yeah, but anyway, they said Trump has Alzheimer's anyway.
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't excuse everything. It doesn't. I mean,
Mhm,
he's a man of means. He has all this money, even though
mhm,
he's in bank. He has a bankrupt situation going on. He
mhm.
has money. He doesn't want to take care of all of that. You got Alzheimer's. That has nothing to do with oppressing us or oppressing black women. That
Well,
that
here's
has
what
nothing
I'm
to
saying. Like it can get worse though, and if it gets worse, he can't run the country. So, in a good way, it is a good thing, but here's the bad news. If Trump steps down because of his Alzheimer's getting worse, then J.D. Vance, which is his vice president, will take over the presidency. Now, how are we going to get him out? Let's just see, because I think what we can do right now while Trump is in office, hopefully that if the Democrat do get the well, they don't have the majority of the House or the Senate, but they're gonna try their best to get Trump impeached again because he's doing everything that it does not line up with the Constitution.
That's what I'm saying. What he's doing
Yeah.
is totally unconstitutional. Everything.
Yeah.
He's slowly, gradually stripping away our Bill of Rights in our faces.
Mhm.
And we ignore this. We're ignoring all of this. It's disgusting. Like the people that I interact with, they're not for it, and they're non-black. I interact with people that are white, and they're not for this nonsense. They said, "Hell no, they're not." And it has nothing to
Mhm.
do with their political party or nothing. They're just saying, they're basically, they observe his action and say, listen, like, we're not with this discrimination nonsense. We're not with the misogyny. We're not with all of that nonsense. They're not. They're not. So if
Mhm.
you have non-black people that sees through this stuff, what makes you think that you're so special? What makes you think that it has nothing to do with you? It's going to have everything to do with you. You just chose to ignore all the signs because because of whatever reason, because you want to vote for what your man votes for, or any other, or you want to preserve the race or what have you. Like it's not going to benefit you. It's not.
Well, I would say, like the old saying goes, F around and you're gonna find out.
Find out. Thank you.
F
Thank
around
you.
and you're gonna find
We're
out.
gonna
So
find
there
out.
people are already regretting their decision already.
You see that? They're
Yep,
already regretting it.
they're already regretting, and now it's too late. You can't switch
Yeah,
it
you
up.
can't reverse it. You
You
can't
can't reverse
reverse.
it.
Mm.
They
It,
already nominated their president, and they were happy about it until his policies were going to affect them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People only regret stuff when it happens to them. If it's for other people, oh, it's like, oh well, I'm not being treated that way. It
Mhm.
don't happen to you. Oh, but when it now that it happens to you, especially a woman of our color, especially a woman of our phenotype, when it happens to you, now you want to swallow your words. Now you want to pretend that you didn't say what you used to say before. No, no, you was being uh really supportive about it. Don't try to walk it back
Mhm.
and then try to reverse what you say. Nah, like no, what you
It's too
did
late.
is irreversible. Yeah, too
But you
late.
better hope that Biden does get his appointed judges back in the seat, or does something to stop Trump from even implementing certain policies into his presidency. So all we can do is hope and pray and find out that if it's going to succeed. But speaking of Biden, I just found out yesterday that or Friday, that he is up for impeachment.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, and they're trying to pin his son Hunter for what he did on him. I was like, well, I'm like, look, like if Biden wasn't charged with any of his crimes, they can't do nothing about it. There's no evidence that linked Biden to what his son did. They already investigated him, and they already linked Hunter to certain crimes that he did that had nothing to do with his father. So I don't know why they are bringing up this whole impeachment when Trump is already, well, not Trump, Biden is going to be already out of office soon. So that's just for nothing. It's
yeah,
all going to be for nothing.
yeah. I mean, you gotta vote for your own interest, but also you have to really look ahead of things. Like you have to really see the big picture. Like what was the necessary reason for him to discriminate? What was the necessary reason for him to say that, oh, if you look like an immigrant, you're gonna get
But
deported.
here's the thing, like pretty soon they're gonna impeach Trump again.
Yeah.
Because think about it, most of these Republicans are Trump mega. They have families. If they care about their families enough, they will rethink what Trump is trying to do. He's trying to turn this country into a dictatorship.
Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, white America. That's what he's
A
trying to
white,
do. White America.
a white America, but he's only doing it for his interest. And then he wants to make the Republican Party the only party. I'm like, excuse me. So
That's
you're
what
not
I'm
going to give other people a choice in the parties that they choose? Like, dude, now you're crazy. You're crazy.
hmm
Like nobody's gonna go for that because you're taking away their rights to vote, and you're making it into one party when there are probably like 5 political parties that that people can choose from, and you want to take away all that for one party?
hmm
No, he's not, like I don't think this is gonna go through. If there are Republicans that do not like Trump and do not want this to succeed, they will go against it.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people are going to wake up and realize that they've been defrauded. A lot of people are going to wake up and realize that. But oh well, I mean, you chose to be blinded by whatever you think he's protecting you from. You chose to be blinded. You chose to. You didn't see the bigger picture. It only takes for a situation to happen for them to see a bigger picture instead of really questioning things, and that's another reason why they want to take away TikTok. They wanted to take away TikTok because they didn't want to see a minority, especially someone that is an Asian CEO, uh basically outdo other platforms. They didn't want to see that. And they're using this quote unquote, oh, you're stealing my information, quote unquote, as a way to basically ban that app. They don't want to see other cultures because I'll tell you this, since the pandemic happened, when a lot of people were at home, some of them became successful, very successful. They got their what those checks called is basically the government checks, those pandemic checks.
Are you talking about the stimulus?
Thank you. Yeah. Once they got those stimulus check, they started creating their empires. They started having their own businesses. The government the government gave black women how many? I think it was it $10 million or $1 billion? Goldman Sachs started funding black women millions of dollars to have their own corporations, to have their own businesses, and they were thriving. And once they and during the pandemic, there was a rise of influencers. There were basically a rise of people that were flourishing financially. And now that through the statistics, once they see that people of color were becoming successful in their business endeavors, it became a threat to the white counterparts. Like, oh, snap. Oh, well, like they can't have that happen. So they use that as an excuse. They use the fact that, oh, they're stealing information, quote unquote. They're using that as an excuse to basically practice xenophobia. Like they were practicing being anti um um culture, if that's a word, whatever. So they wanted to do that to preserve the white race. So that's why they are in talks of officially banning that, because hold up. Number one, this is not an American app. Number two, it's from a non-American CEO that is outdoing Instagram, outdoing Facebook, possibly outdoing YouTube? Oh, hell no. Hell to the effing no. We're going to concoct some stuff. We're going to accuse them. We're going to publicize what we accuse these people of other races of doing, because we can't have somebody that's out doing Amazon. We can't have somebody that's doing other social and social media platforms. Oh, heck to the no.
Oh
And
yeah,
there was
they're not
all,
gonna go for that. They,
oh no,
they're
exactly. And they
gonna.
all came into, they all, I bet you, like, it was all a plot. They all came together and say, we're going to have to tear down TikTok. We're going to have to tear down, because how dare they? They only came in for like a year, 2 years, and they're already surpassing by the billions. Oh,
Because because of they're surpassing Elon Musk.
surpassing. You see, I wouldn't be surprised if he was on that too. So I'm telling you, they was all in that round table. They was all concocting all this stuff to get rid of that, of a global competition. That's what they were in fear of. But here's the thing. Nobody would have flourished if it wasn't for that app, because let me tell you,
Right.
Instagram, YouTube, and everything, it's a growth platform. Like, you have to wait months or even damn near years to even have a certain amount of followers or subscribers. Their technology, with their algorithm, it surpassed all the algorithm, and they was jealous. They was concocting all of that. So that just gave you it. That's just an example to show you that they are discriminatory, that they are anti those that are not white. That's what it
Oh
is.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. They want to they don't like it, and plus Isaac Hayes the third, Isaac Hayes Jr., his son,
Mhm.
he has a social media called what is it? Face?
What is it called? Yeah, I forgot what that social media. Damn, I feel so bad because I mean,
Fade. I just downloaded it. Hold on, but everybody's leaving. X, formerly known as Twitter, everybody's leaving.
yeah, Twitter's too angry. X is too angry.
Yeah,
X,
and
yeah,
yeah, they're too angry. It's called fan base. That's his fan
yeah,
base.
fan base. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then there's another one called Blue Sky. So everybody's flocking to Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's another app, and everybody is flocking to there because Elon Musk is taking away their right to freedom of speech on X, which is
Hmm.
his
Yeah,
platform. So they're like, F this, like if I can't say what I want to say about who's in office, then deuces, I'm out.
exactly. Like, how dare you? How dare you try
Yeah.
to suppress our voice? Like, no, you need to be at a platform with like-minded people that can agree with you and that can basically view that basically give their stance on why you're correct, like on how they're being discriminated against. We're being discriminated against, and it's all in
Hmm.
full display. That's the thing about it. We can't shy away from that. You need to, step it up and just say, like, listen, I'm not tolerating none of this business, and this has nothing to do with being left leaning or whatever. This is nonsense. This is discriminatory, and I'm not gonna. If you practice any sort of discrimination, I don't care what political party that you're in, I'm not gonna be loyal to no party that's discriminating against my image, especially for someone that has 34 convictions,
Oh
which
yeah.
some are against raping black women. I'm not gonna. No. Oh no.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to put up with that either. I didn't know that he was discriminating against women of color. Well, not discriminating, but
Raping.
our work. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not say that on this platform.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why I put G on it. But yeah, he
Yeah,
G raped them and everything. There
yeah.
was a woman that spoke. Yeah, she spoke about that some years ago when he was first elected. He mentioned that. I mean, she mentioned that, but I guess they just probably like suppressed the article and everything. But this is what it is. Like, people are not
Mm-hmm.
waking up to what's going on. So when you go out in the street, Black women, please, like, you know what? Just get your state ID, because you don't know when they're gonna come to you in your face and try to discriminate you and accuse you of such, regardless if you're full American or not. He wants a white nation, okay? Like, they don't care about Asians, Hispanics, or anything. Like, no, they don't. And this is sad, because this is a melting pot of a country with Black people.
Right. Right. But they, you know, they don't, this is a country that, you know, that was taken away from the Black Aborigine. They killed us off with diseases,
Yeah,
and they uh, they did all sorts of things to try to wipe out our population, but we're surviving. We really are.
yeah,
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 but they're trying to, you know, take away a land that never belonged to them.
exactly,
Hmm.
exactly. While they want to put us in the field picking up their cotton, basically. Everything that you hope for, everything that you accomplished here and everything, it will soon be revoked. So we really need to exercise our plan. Like, for me, once I get my certifications and start hitting some apps and everything, like, look, my main plan, number one, like, I got to take care of my financial stuff, but once I get that out of the park, I'm saving up to get the hell up out of here. Like, I couldn't do it anymore, because at the end of the day, you want to be celebrated. You want to be respected. You want to be treated like a person, not a subhuman, not someone of the 3/5 compromise. You want to be equally respected, and you deserve that.
Right.
And we got to
Hmm.
keep fighting. We got to keep fighting the good fight. We got to stand 10 toes down, no matter what political party that you want to be loyal to. You got to stand on business. And this is not the business.
Right. And I also heard that he wants to take away freedom of speech, and he wants to take away protesting. Yeah, and that's basically what he wants to do, because he don't want he don't want his what's it called, his system to be disrupted.
His system, his system. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't want his. That lets you know he's saying it's his because he's white, and because he's a man, patriarchal, misogyny. That right there answers what he's all about. He has two things going for him: the fact that he's white and he's a man.
Right.
Not a white man of character, not a white man that actually uh cares about people, that actually cares about the well-being, our rights, our protection, healthcare. Nah, he's not. He said his system, meaning that he's using his institutional white power to say that, yeah, this is mine and you are just subhuman. That's what it is. You're just subhuman. And it took for people to regret today that he wasn't about nothing. It took for that to realize that.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm. So yeah. Well, it's like I said, they effed around and find out. Now they're going to see what the consequences are.
Yeah, now they seeing it. Yeah, they walking back. They walking it back right now. But you can't walk back what you already decided upon. You can't walk it back.
Nope,
You
you
can
have to
learn
deal
from
with
it.
it. Yeah. You can learn from it and try not to make the same mistake again when the next election comes. But other than that, that's all we can say on that.
Yeah, that's all we can say. So again, like you mentioned, the places for that is safe for Black women, that appreciates Black women, like you said. Can you repeat some of the places again?
So basically, I said Italy,
Italy,
Greece, because
Greece.
Greece, I never heard of history repeats. Sorry, sorry, being
Discrimination.
yeah, discrimination against Black
Hmm.
people. Never heard of that. And Sweden, Norway, um, yeah, basically most European countries. You said France, right?
Yeah, like Belgium, France. Belgium, France is also nice. Maybe the UK. Like if Black women, if you freelance, um, if you can think about the UK because they have programs that support freelancers. Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing to consider. And I hear they got some good cancer research programs in the UK. Um, but I think that's for like a doctoral program. So
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, like just like take some day if you have some days off or you plan on a vacation, plan to go to other countries, see what it's like, see what's the atmosphere is, travel around, and you never know what you can do home, and when you travel around, think about what you can do as a business that allows you the freedom to travel, get your certifications, so you can do like copywriting, you can do blogging, things like that. Do that on the side, and think about scaling your business from there. Take some programs. I know that if any of you live in NYC, Coursera has free programs, like thousands and thousands of programs that you can take, and it's covered by the Department of Labor. So
Right.
yeah, yeah, LinkedIn is also covered by the Department of Labor. So yeah, use that to get yourself a competitive advantage in the market, and use that to freelance for some clients. Like, okay, like, create a proposal and say, hey, like I specialize in this industry, blah, 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 and we can negotiate prices. Tell me what you want to do. Like, yeah, learn about proposal creation, learning about skills, uh, time management, and things like that. Like, just think, just master some of the skills. That way, if something was to really crash, you got something going else for you that's lining your pockets, that you could be making six figures. So
Right.
yeah.
Yep. And you can work from home in another country. Like,
Hmm.
you can do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do what as Black women do what you have to do. Yeah, but this is all about protecting yourself, protecting your image, protecting the people from around you. And speaking of family and friends, there are a lot of Kamala Harris supporters that are distancing themselves away from Trump supporters, and it doesn't matter who they are. They could be family, they could be friends, associates, people at their jobs they don't want to talk to anymore. These people are distancing themselves from the Trump supporters because of who they voted for.
Exactly.
And I just can't blame them because you voted against my rights. You put my rights in violation. I just can't, trust you anymore. Like, that's the thing. Like, I had to cut off some people too.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of
Mhm.
families have broken up. A lot of families, friendships were broken up because of what's going on. They fail to see the bigger picture. They fail to realize, like, listen, you mean to tell me, as close as we are, whether we are familially close or whether we've been close through friends for such a long time, that you decided to support someone that was against my interest, and as a friend you had my back, you were supposed to defend, things like that. Yeah, relationships have been cut off because of the election. And but you have to realize is that you, you know people are only there for you for a season. People that you're very close to right now, in another day they may not. I had people that I went to college with, even some relatives and everything that I haven't really been close to like that. It has nothing to do with politics and stuff, but it's just, life happens, situation happens. Think people outgrow each other, but now it's like with politics involved, there's a lot of divide. People is like, I'm going to have to cut you off forever. Yeah, we've been friends for 10 years, 15 years, but you voted for this guy? Seriously? And you really think that he's actually going to do something better after the discrimination that I have faced? Oh no, you was never for me. You wasn't for me. You're not loyal to me. So it happens. But Black women, people, you're gonna have to. People grow out of each other. You're gonna have to grow off some people. If it comes down to it, sadly, yeah. If the other people realize and come to their senses that it wasn't worth doing, if they realize it and they're sincere and they come back to you, if you want to give them if you want to welcome them in open arms, you can choose to do that. Just vet, just be very mindful of their intentions. And people are very intentional. That's another thing that the election showed us. People are very intentional. That's what it is. They don't care about all of that. They just cared about what the thing about it is, people that vote for him, they feel that their vote with him is going to give them access to his kind of power. They're going to be close to that. That's what it is. They're so close to white acceptance that they don't realize that it's going to happen to you too. You just don't see that. You just don't know that. And now you're on the news right now crying about white supremacy. But the thing is that he's already showed a sign to other people. You just think you're so special enough that he's not going to do that to you. It's the segregation for me that just messes me up. It's the segregationist mindset. So just wise up, think ahead, really see the big picture. Don't try to exclude yourself and think that it's not going to happen to you, because hate does not discriminate. I'm sorry. Discrimination does not discriminate. Hate towards this woman is going to be hatred towards you too. That's how hatred works. Okay. And I know. Okay. But please, Black women, don't try to be loyal to something that is against you. Don't do that. Doesn't matter what political party. Don't be prideful and say, oh, I'm this party or I'm that party and everything. Don't. It's racism is there. It's racist. It's racist. Don't try to cover it up. Don't. So that's basically what I'm gonna say from there on. And I just want the ignorance to stop. I want the discrimination to stop. I want being against other cultures to stop. I really want that to stop, because at the end of the day, we're all people. And those that are not the whites that are not white supremacists, they empathize. They actually empathize. They are our allies. We just don't see that. They're not standing for this nonsense.
Yep. And there was this white guy. He's fine as hell, but I kind of felt what he was saying because he was very hurt that Trump was reelected and that he was placed back in office. So I'm gonna play you his video because he's very sincere about it because he has mothers, he has sisters, he has aunts, nieces, and maybe have a daughter, but he was not happy with the outcome of the election. So we're gonna hear a little bit from him. So yeah, let's do that. So let me put that there. Let me go back.
Trump is now our 47th President of the United States of America. This election was not even close, which I find odd considering Kamala Harris's rallies. However, how can that compete when you have Elon Musk paying $1 million per day
Thank you.
to encourage people to vote?
Thank you. See?
My X account, I'm disgusted enough to never order a Tesla.
Sell your Teslas
I shall
too.
live. I want to take
Get
this
rid of your
moment to
Teslas. Never buy a
congratulate
Tesla.
everyone who voted for Donald Trump, which was the overwhelming majority of Americans. You chose to vote for a dictatorship, and that is what you will get. America is no longer the land of the free.
Exactly.
You have chosen, by siding with Donald Trump, to throw our United States Constitution and our United States flag in the garbage.
Exactly.
Personally, I am embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
I am ashamed to call myself an American. In fact, I no longer call myself an American because the values that I hold dear are being aligned with freedom, liberty, and justice. Unfortunately, those are no longer the values of the United States,
Exactly.
as the United States has voted for a dictatorship and everything
Exactly.
that comes with it. This country is no longer recognizable to me. I find myself surrounded by people that no longer share the same values as I do. You
Exactly.
chose to elect a man that is a self-proclaimed dictator.
Yes.
Over 80% of his former staff came forward to warn us he's a fascist. Over half of the country
Exactly.
decided to vote for a convicted felon,
Mm-hmm.
a man found guilty of rape, a hostile, hateful,
Exactly.
old, senile, bitter, treasonous bigot. During his entire campaign, he never once laid out a policy, not one policy, in detail. All he spoke about were bumper sticker level, surface level ideas, concepts, with no real plan, no details whatsoever. As Americans, we deserve better than that. That's why I made over 125 videos sounding the alarm bell, saying this man does not have a plan. This man is not taking the role of being president serious. Leading economists, leading financial firms are warning us that by electing Donald Trump, our country is on course for a recession.
Of
I
course.
outlined his lies in detail, one by one. And in comparison, I outlined Kamala Harris's details with supporting evidence. But you were too brainwashed, too blinded by your own racism, misogyny, bigotry, tunnel vision. You refused to acknowledge the facts. So now, when the cost of goods, from food to clothes to cars, increase in price by 20%, that's on you. When your mother loses her Medicare benefits, that's on you.
That's
When your
on us.
disabled brother loses 30% of his Social Security disability income, that's on you.
That's on us.
When your pregnant daughter suffers a miscarriage and is being investigated for murder, that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
When your wife gets raped and is forced to give birth to your rapist baby, that's on you.
That's on. Yep.
And when they make her rapist have parental rights to co-parent with you, that's on you. And the cost of imported lumber increases by 20%. And new construction becomes even more scarce. That's on you. When Donald Trump conducts his mass deportation operation, which is projected to cost Americans $379 billion, which is projected to cut our GDP by 4 to 6%, leading to a Great Recession, that's on you. When Trump fills his cabinet with MAGA loyalists that defund the Department for Education, the Department of Labor, the Department of Homeland Security, the EPA, that's on
you. That's exactly.
When you are no longer offered overtime pay, that's on
That's
you.
on
When
you.
Social Security is projected to go bankrupt in 6 years under Donald Trump's plan, that's on you.
On you.
When leading economists project his plan will add $5.8 trillion to the national debt, that's on you.
On you.
When large publicly traded companies buy up single-family homes in residential neighborhoods, creating lifelong renters and further increasing the price of homes, making it even harder to become a homeowner, that's on you. When corporations turn into monopolies by less restrictions through mergers and price gouging, that's on you. When Trump deregulates the EPA and pollutes our air and causes sea levels to rise, that's on you. In 4 years, when we have another election and you want to vote him out, but he refuses to leave, that's on you. Americans made it blatantly clear that they would rather incur all of this rather than have a mixed woman as their president. Shame on you.
Shame on them. Yeah.
You will get what you deserve. Donald Trump's last presidency, he had the luxury of riding Obama's strong economy. However, that's not the case this time. Although our economy has been built back stronger, our economy is still very fragile. And so this time around, you will get to experience a true Donald Trump presidency. And let me tell you something, it is not going to be pretty. Part of me is actually looking forward to watching those of you who support him relentlessly suffer under his policies and become much poorer, as those of us that have accumulated wealth become much richer. However, this isn't about money for me. This is about doing what's right. It's right versus wrong. It's freedom versus dictatorship.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, more than half of Americans chose the latter. Ironically, It is the MAGA supporters that are going to feel the effects of a Trump presidency the most. If you make in the lower 50% of all Americans, you can expect a tax increase under Donald Trump's policy. So to sum up, you voted for a dictatorship for you, your family, and your children. And this will take decades to undo. Being the land of the free, our freedom is not something to take for granted. It's something that we have fought for, our grandparents have fought for, and it's something that you literally just gave up by voting this man in. He told you what he's going to do, and you have to believe him. And unfortunately, there's no way out now. And yet, his most loyal supporters are bragging that Trump won, when in fact, this is the biggest mistake of your life. This is something that your children and your children's children and your children's children will never forgive you for. Good luck to all of you.
Yeah, this is what they asked for. This is exactly what they asked for. And notice he mentioned about wealth. He talked about wealth for in his speech, and he basically said that yes, those of us that have accumulated that. I'm paraphrasing, but what he said is that even of those of us, meaning he himself, he accumulated wealth, but he still emphasizes morality. He's not with the
Mm-hmm.
he's not with the shenanigans. The people that I interact with that are white and non-black, regardless of how wealthy they are and what they've accomplished, morality is still the center of the issue. They chose to be discriminatory against someone who is mixed race and overlook the fact that this woman is an actual prosecutor. I mean, yeah, like she may be locking, they say she locked quote unquote innocent black men and everything. Whether they're innocent or not, that's left to be discussed. But my thing is, black women are still not getting the justice that they deserve. And with Kamala Harris, all of that would have been fixed. All of that would have been fixed. The misogyny, the racism, everything, all of that would have been handled if she was in office. But white women and even and other white women did not want to see someone who is not of their image in power. They did not.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
so that lets you know there's discrimination with mixed race people. Mixed
Oh
race
yeah.
women are getting this. We're not even seeing the character of it. The fact that, oh, because she's a mixed race, it's like that's a dub. No, it shouldn't be a dub. She has the qualifications. She's really about protecting us. She understands what we go through, and I'm pretty sure she's been through discrimination herself. Whether they think that she's Euro passing or whatever, that's right now, that this is the issue right now. Our protection is the issue. We can't be fighting tooth and nails about light skin, dark skin, and you know what, F the isms. This is discrimination that we're facing. And these are our rights being taken away because they wanted to have a dictatorship in,
Mm-hmm.
instead of freedom. So they could try to paint this man of being what, I don't know what his political party is or whatever, but they could try to say that, oh, he's a lib, he's a what, or whatever else. You still chose a dictator. You still chose a dictatorship. You still chose a felon. That's what you did. So don't be mad when all these issues, other issues are going to come up because of your degeneracy. Because you want to be
Right.
to uh because you want to be close to something that is not yours. That's what it is. They want to attach themselves to like this exclusionary type of power. That power is not for you. That power is for institutional, is granted towards institutional white power. That's what it is. You're not, and you will never will be. No matter how much you assimilate, no matter how much you try to uh like basically do your image or whatever, no matter what it is, you're still a minority. And she understands minorities because she is one herself. Where what
Right.
when are we going to get it? When are we going to get it? When?
I don't know, but once he takes over presidency and once he's in office, people are going to get it because they're all going to be affected by his policies. Everyone. Everyone's going to be affected.
Everyone is going to be affected. Everyone is going to be affected. So black women, I'm telling you, you better start planning right now. Make sure you get your finances in order. I'm telling you, get your money up, get your finances in order. That way you can walk out of this country and you still got something going on for you. We need to get our money right. We need to get our money right, before we start, harping about reparations and everything. We need to start getting our money right. Because I'm saying, like you said before, like you said, Betterment, If we have that reparations money, what are we really trying to do with it? Because you got these dudes, you got these dusties out here flexing on the gram and everything, throwing bands and everything like that. And that ain't even their money. That ain't
Right.
even their money. They flexing. Cars, clothes, and jewelry and everything. It ain't theirs. They did not work for that. It was
Yep.
handed. We need to start working hard. We need to start understanding what work ethic is. We got to start grinding. We got to grind for ourselves. We got to come up with a goal. 2025 is in the future. It's coming. And it's like, damn, do we even have shut up money? Do we have like, I don't care money? We need to start having that. That way, if something happens, it's like, oh, screw this. I don't need y'all anyway. Boop. I'm in Europe, and I'm in my recliner. I'm looking at the beach. I'm in Aruba. I'm in, some other country. I'm just chilling, I'm relaxing, and I'm pampered and everything. That's what we need to think about, because this is not the flex that you think it is. It's not. If the wealthy people like him are seeing it, then what does that say about what you're not seeing? Come on.
Right.
Come on. Get your paper. You gotta start moving ahead. Like, if you gotta get your state ID when you come outside and everything, just so you don't have to, worry about this deportation, the mass deportation, go do it. Do it. You gotta prep yourself for the unexpected.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Well, thank you for coming up here. I really do appreciate your input.
Not a problem. Thank you so much, and thank you for um helping me to basically spread awareness towards that, because at the
Exactly.
end of the day, we're people, and we deserve the right to have independence, to have autonomy, especially bodily autonomy. We deserve those rights. We can't let anybody try to dictate us, and we can't let people just uh crap on immigrants and things like that when they have done nothing but just work hard. That's it. That's all. I just pray for world peace. That's all I world peace
Yeah.
and no bullying. That's all I think. All right. You have a wonderful day. Thank you.
You too. Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was anti a little bit. I can't pronounce my words, but it's Antebellum. I don't know if she still has a channel. I haven't seen her post anything lately, but if you do have a channel, Anti, please put it in the chat so people can subscribe to it. But it's like she says, we are going to be in a rude awakening once Trump is in office. So if you're a black woman and you have means to move, I suggest you do it right away. Pick a country that you're going to go to, stick with it, and hopefully everything works out the best for you. Okay, I don't care where you go, but make sure that country you are going to have a democracy. Okay, because a country without a democracy is only going to lead to disaster. Like this country is going to lead itself to a disaster. But so But yeah, if you are still planning to be in this country, make sure you take care of yourselves first. I suggest you stop helping others and start focusing on yourself and Black women, and prioritize the community you live in that has Black women and Black children in your interest, so that we could be able to support each other and leave everybody else hanging in the wind. Okay? But other than that, I thank you guys for coming on my live. I'm sorry that I'm late. I had to do like a few errands to run and had to get that out the way. But thank you guys for showing up. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload or when I go live. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.